What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Geoffrey again. Today we're going to react to another episode of the Stories of Sodor. This is a different episode. It's called Luck by Victor Tanzig, one of my favorite Thomas YouTubers that I can relate to because my Stories of Equestria series, which technically is going on right now. And because I can relate to Thomas the Tank Engine and Geoffrey the Red Engine. And the good Alfred of the story. So, yeah. As well as the reformed Peter the AF. So, 3, 2, 1, click, clack, we are back. And start it. Oh, look, there's 10 cents. Another hero of mine.
The train, for its type, is the most powerful vehicle on land.
Please note this is an older episode, by the way.
And the engines of Sodor are the power behind the docks, industries and branch lines that make up the world-renowned Northwestern Railway. These are the Stories of Sodor.
The Stories of Sodor. Based on the Railway series by Reverend Victor Alfred. And the Tugs television series by David Mitton and Robert B. Cardone. Theme by Junior Campbell and Mike O'Donnell. Luck. Written and told by Victor Tanzig.
Are you sure you don't mind, Skarloey? Not one bit. It's just, your railway has done so well since you've had it.
The Lucky Lamp.
I'd hate to take it and then for something to happen. Your concern is touching, Toby. Don't worry. If something does happen, heaven forbid, we'll get through it. Besides, it sounds like the lads on the MSR need this more than Rheneas and I.
The Mid-Skarloey Railway.
Ah, you're a trooper, Skarloey. Thank you. My pleasure. Oh, and if you see Clive anytime soon, would you tell him thank you for giving us this lamp in the first place?
Yo, I just noticed there's 2 rusty buffers in the front. Whose buffers are those?
Not a problem. Well, I best be on my way. The sooner I get this to the MSR, the sooner their fortunes can turn around. Good
You got that right, Toby.
luck, Toby. Does
There's Andreas.
nobody else find it terribly ironic how we have a slate mine on our line and yet have to rely on another railway to deliver said material to us? I don't see anything ironic
Yeah, I know, right, Duke?
about an accident that has caused said mine to close. How serious was the damage anyway? Some of the track needed to be replaced and the winch took some damage when the trucks broke loose.
Dang.
Repairs on both have been slow going, I'm afraid.
Blimey.
Would they progress more swiftly, I wonder, if Stanley weren't here?
Stanley? Like the Stanley from the Railway series, right? The one that smokes a cigar? No, wait, dead serious. There's literally a train from the Mid-Skarloey Railway named Stanley from the Railway series who actually smokes. Like, he's literally a train that smokes. I just realized that. I'm not confusing you with the Stanley the Silver Engine. That Stanley's nice. I'm talking about the one that got turned into a steam pump, like, and then it was put into a mine, and then the mine flooded, and then Stanley never came back, and he was the villain for Five Nights at Smudgers. So, yeah. Go figure.
Andreas, Duke, with all due respect, he arrived. Lest we forget, he was the one who first acknowledged he brings misfortune. I'll concede the timing can't be ignored.
Yep, it was definitely Stanley.
But that still doesn't mean he's responsible. What I do know is you had no right to make that generator remark.
Yeah, exactly. Respect Smudger. Smudger changed for good.
I know. I did apologize to him. Whether or not he's jinxed, at a minimum, you
Yeah, it is a jinx. Or a coincidence.
lads have had a run of bad luck lately.
Yeah, luck and misfortune.
Fortunately, I've brought something from the Skarloey Railway that might help. What sort of something? I'll tell you when Stanley gets here. Well, we won't have to wait much longer. Here he comes now.
Oh, great. There he is. Wait, why are his coupling rods green?
Well, Duke, here I am. What did you want to see me about? Not me.
Oh, I see he doesn't have a cigar. That's good.
Toby. He says he's got something that might help this little jinx problem of yours. A scrapper's torch? Sounds like a perfectly good idea to me. Don't be morbid, Stanley. Alright, Toby?
Yeah, don't be that morbid, Stanley. Scrapper's torch isn't gonna work because that'd be a form of execution. That'd just be terrible.
What have you brought? My guard's bringing it up right now.
Slate. Ah, wait. That's the lucky lamp.
Ah, of course. Why didn't I think of that? Brilliant, Toby. It's a lamp. Duke, is this some kind of joke? There's nothing funny about this lamp, Stanley. It's magical, I tell you.
Yes, it is. It has magical properties.
A magic lamp? So, you rub it and a genie pops out?
Not really, no.
Duke, are you feeling alright? Ha 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 ha. He doesn't mean that literally.
No, it's just a figure of speech. Genies are only a thing from Aladdin and Diddy Kong Racing, and that's pretty much it.
Andreas, he just means its effects are magical.
Yeah, it's just the effects.
You mean outside of illuminating darkness?
Well, not just that, but like genies are just a fairy tale thing. They're just fiction. Everything like in cartoon wise or movie wise or whatever is just fiction. It's not real.
Quite. It's a lucky lamp, and it has brought good fortune everywhere it's gone.
Exactly. It's everything that you just saw in that whole story is fiction. But the whole My Digital Escape thing, that was kind of my thing that I created in my mind and made it an actual story. It's like what they say, patience matters most.
Including here. It's been here before? When was that? Before you arrived, Andreas. And let me tell you, it really does work. I could
Yes, it does. That magic lamp works.
also attest
It works wonders.
to its effectiveness. Well, at the risk of playing into this potential joke, how do you mean? It's quite the story. Would you like to hear it?
I'm pretty sure all of you would like to hear it. Let's listen to it.
Sure. And this was the story that Toby told.
Here we go. Toby's story time.
Prior to the First World War, Sodor's main line began at Vickerstown and went only as far as Knapford. When the war began, the decision was made to extend the line to Aylesbury for a number of strategic reasons. First, to link up with the Mid-Sodor Railway. Second, to exploit the coal deposits that were recently discovered near Marston Heights.
Yeah, please note, if you were ever working in a coal mine, it's extremely dangerous.
And third, to connect the island's most populated centres for defensive purposes. By great chance, the war's beginning coincided with the closure of the Sodor and Mainland Railway.
With Neil, Matthew, and Clive.
I did once mention its 3 engines were bought by the island's various industries, but this was only after they were first charged by the government with spearheading this massive extension. The trio of highly
I never got a wooden or an Earl model of Neil, so that's a shame. I still hope to get him someday. Someday.
experienced, hard-working engines got stuck into the project. The rest of us also helped, either by delivering supplies to the
Ah, Lily.
various sites or double-heading the longer work trains. But I'm sorry to say, the project was not at all an easy one.
Yeah, this takes time, patience, and effort. Just like working on a custom action figure, or even building something like a Gundam or something like that. Any of these things like building an action figure kit, or a custom action figure, or even digital art, or even a video game, or a movie for that matter, that all takes time. You can't rush it.
Slated to take only 18 months to complete, this didn't happen as the planners had woefully underestimated the terrain we needed to work through. Furthermore, shortages of fuel and raw material impeded the workmen's ability to lay down the track. There were also a number of accidents and a couple of injuries. Without
Because it happens if you're working, you gotta be careful.
Doubt the most serious incident I would partly witness when I arrived at one of the work sites to find a couple of police officers present. Did you see the perpetrators at all? Even a glimpse? No, sir. I told you, they came at me from behind. I felt this bump on the back of me head. Next thing I know, I'm waking up with a mouthful of dirt for me breakfast.
Yeah, you don't want to be eating a jar of dirt, would you?
Right. We'll do what we can. Thank you for your help. I say, Neil, what's going on here?
It's knowledge. Knowledge is power.
Another day, another disaster for the project. What's happened this time? Last night, someone broke into that shed and thought they'd help themselves to the dynamite that was being kept there.
Yeah, I don't know anything about munitions, so sorry.
Dynamite? How much did they get? About £10.
10 pounds? Someone convert that to English currency.
Blimey, that'll make for a massive bang. Who could have taken it? I'd like to think a couple of hoodlums playing a prank, but you just never know.
You never really know. The world is dangerous out there.
Phew, and to think I wasn't already irritable about this morning's news. Why, what's happened? I heard our lads failed to break through the lines at Passchendaele. Why am I not surprised?
Yeah, why am I not surprised either?
That Field Marshal Haig is an idiot. Although, I'll bet he succeeded in moving his drinks cabinet 6 inches closer to Berlin.
Well, it looks like Hayes is getting his sense.
Yes, I'll bet you're right there. My merriment was short-lived, however, as I couldn't help but wonder who could have taken that dynamite and why.
Good question. Who do you think it was?
Come the following morning, I would stop wondering. Sehen Sie, dass Ihre Angaben korrekt sind? Sie fragen mich das jetzt? Jacob! Ja!
Jacob? Like, that's a name that sounds familiar.
Die Tanker sind in der Nähe des Kai.
Sodor Fuel. That was Sodor Fuel.
Gut, lass uns gehen. Keep the motor running, Andrews. Don't you worry.
Andrews. Andrews. Aaron Andrews.
I will.
Look out, Adam.
Schnell! Versteck dich!
Okay, Adam is safe for now.
Das war knapp. Komm schon. Hier sind sie, wie versprochen.
Oh, crap.
Gut, lassen Sie uns das Dynamit platzen und... Oi! What do you think you're doing?
Finally, a helpful truck.
What was that, Mike? Them two! Scheiße! Lauf! Hey! Stop!
Go get him, guys.
Andrews! Go! Go!
Oh, they're cornered. The lucky lamp.
Crikey! That
What just happened?
didn't sound good. No, it didn't. Come on, Keith. We better go take a look.
Alright, there they go.
Blimey! He hit the wall hard.
Yeah, blimey indeed.
Better make sure he's alright. Well, he's out cold.
Definitely thinking that was a bear or a deer that busted down that fence. Someone get that fence fixed.
What was that? It sounds like someone's in the back. I'll go check. Crikey! What's wrong? There's 2 more blokes back here, and... Is that... Dynamite? Dynamite?
Oh, snap!
Good lord, what have we got here? The answer was an attempt at sabotage by 2 German spies and their
Sabotage?
British collaborator. All 3 were transported to Elsbridge Hospital for treatment. Throughout their convalescence, they were interrogated by police. And the moment they recovered, they were thrown into Knapford Penitentiary.
Oh my gosh, it was an act of sabotage. Saboteur!
Where they lived out the rest of the war and their lives. The dynamite they stole was recovered, as was the lamp that had foiled their escape, and it was extremely bizarre.
Yeah,
Nobody
it
had
is
ever
bizarre. Really, really bizarre.
seen it before, nobody knew where it came from, and nobody knew how it ended up where it did.
Well, if I tell you I do have a wooden model that helps me keep that luck?
For the longest time, these questions would remain unanswered. And because no one claimed ownership of the lamp, it got passed about, somehow making its way to one of the work sites along the extension. This was the best thing that could have happened for the project. The site in question was about to start blasting to clear a way for the tracks. Not only was this hazardous job completed in record time, it was done without any setbacks.
Excellent.
From then on, the project suffered no further delays, with every construction deadline met. It didn't take long for the workmen to associate their newfound progress with the lamp itself, as it did seem good luck followed it wherever it went. Even someone as skeptical as I was back then about the supernatural couldn't outright decry this as coincidence.
Same here, I can relate to Edward in this case.
The line eventually reached Aylesbury. A few days later, the First World War ended. The victory celebrations were extraordinary. Up to that point, none of us had ever felt such relief. The years went by and the world recovered from that terrible conflict. The Railway Act would be passed, the Big Four established.
Yeah, that's the spirit. Midland, Scottish, Southern, and the one with the lions.
The middies and Norrises would come to Sodor, and the lucky lamp continued to circulate, finding its way to the Mid-Sodor Railway during the autumn of 1923.
Huh. 1923. That's a long time ago.
How are you feeling, Duke? Fine.
1923 minus 2024. That's 101 years ago.
This is such a bother. I know. Still, this sort of thing is what keeps you on the rails. I understand the reason, Pat. Doesn't mean I like it. I hate getting old. Don't we all?
Yeah, don't we all?
Hello, Grandpuff. Are you short of huff? Nothing of the sort. This is routine maintenance. Routine maintenance, eh? Getting a little long in the piston, are we, Grandpuff? Such wear and tear is the mark of an engine accustomed to hard work. You should learn from my example, youngster. Oh, I certainly will. And when the time comes that you've passed it, don't worry. We'll take care of you in case you break down.
Always be nice.
Break down? Me? Humph! That'll be the day.
That looks like Atlas. That's because it is Atlas.
My word. Atlas, what's wrong? Why the long face? One of the workmen didn't show up at the quarry today. Who? Bob Mackenzie?
Bob Mackenzie. It's a good thing I don't work at Quarry.
Not Bob! I'm afraid so. His wife said he never returned from his morning hike. They're combing the hills for him now, but haven't found anything. My goodness, that's terrible. We best make sure to keep our eyes open.
Yep, keep the eyes open for suspicion.
You got any words of wisdom, Grandpuff? Don't assume the worst has happened until you can prove it. It's not much, but it's better than nothing.
Facts, Duke, facts. Go tell him, Grandpuff.
Penny for your thoughts, Duke. You don't want to know my thoughts, Pat. I wouldn't have asked if that were...
Yeah, never trust Postman Pat. Derpy Hooves is better than Postman Pat any day.
True. Are you worried about Bob? Of course. He's such a good man. You know he has a wife and 2 children, right? I do. Why? It's just, if something has happened to him, how are they going to get by?
Good question. How are they?
You think the Great War hadn't already stated that the good are always the first to suffer?
It's true. I'm one of those people to suffer. Called it.
What was that? Aye, 'tis and all. Something's fallen out of one of the vans.
The lucky lamp.
Is that a lamp? How did that get on board? Search me. I didn't load the trucks. I guess it doesn't matter. Let's just pick it up and... Hold on. What's that? What's what? Down there, in the ravine. You see that? I see an orange blur, and I think that's a man. Goodness. I'll scramble down and have a look. Are you sure, John?
I'm pretty sure that orange man is probably John.
I grew up in these parts, Pat. I can climb this terrain blindfolded. Of course, I'm not as young as I used to be. Yep, okay. Alright, easy now. Easy. Okay.
Oh, there's John.
Good lord. It's Bob Mackenzie! Crikey.
Whoa, what? Paul Mackenzie?
Is he alright? He's out cold. I think his arm is broken. Wait there. We'll call for help at the next station. Right?
Good thing I didn't break an arm.
The
Nor did I break a leg.
way I hear it, what little genuine doubts there were about Duke's prowess were thoroughly silenced that day, given how swiftly he tore down the line to Ballamoody, where he informed the station master of Bob Mackenzie's situation. Our rescue team was dispatched immediately. It was very difficult extricating him from that ravine in his condition, but the rescuers persevered and were able to bring him to Falcon, who delivered the injured workman to Arlesdale Hospital.
Go Falcons.
Where, I'm pleased to say, he made a full recovery. The manager of the slate quarry personally commended Duke for his eagle eye and hasty raising of the alarm. The MSR's number 1 took it all in stride, humbly stating that the lamp deserves some credit.
It does. It does deserve credit.
Given its timely escape from his truck. Stewart and Falcon would sing of Grandpuff and the magic lamp, but they, like everyone else who's ever possessed it, would come to respect its effects.
Remember the effects of the lucky lamp as the one that holds the power of it.
Wait, how did the lamp go from here to the Skarloey Railway?
No one really knows.
Oh, that's a story for another day. Surely I've hammered home the point
It's a story for another day, folks.
by now that this lamp is lucky. You tell a convincing story, Toby. Still, I'm a little skeptical. Just try it, Stanley. I promise, once you start using it, your jinx will go away faster than you can say, fire! I don't think that's the expression, Andreas.
Yeah, it's not.
No, I mean literally, there's a fire!
The barber shop.
Blimey! Looks like we've got work to do, lads! Let's move!
Well, it's a good thing I decided to get a haircut at CJ's.
Alright, terrific work, lads. I'll say, they were in top form. Agreed.
I agree too.
That barbershop has been there for over 20 years.
20 years.
Are you so sure this lamp brings good luck, Toby?
It depends.
Yes, it most certainly does. How can you say that, given what we just saw? Andreas, wouldn't you call it good luck that a fire broke out within spitting distance of a fully staffed fire train? I'd call it good luck if that fire never happened to begin with.
Always prevent fires, people.
But I take your point. Alright, Toby, I'm convinced. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. From that moment on, Stanley was no longer bothered by his jinx. The MSR's goods engine caused no further problems and suffered no accidents.
Excellent.
The Lucky Lamp was working overtime that day, let me tell you. Not only had the barber shop suffered minimal damage, the workmen also located the crate that was containing Stuart's replacement funnel.
Splendid.
Needless to say, the MSR's number 4 was thrilled by this, and was only too happy to work alongside Stanley from that point on. You know,
There we go, making amends.
upon reflection, I realized I made a mistake in a previous story,
And what would that be?
in which I told Percy the extension to Alsborough took only 2 years instead of the 4 it actually did. Huh,
What a surprise.
I must have gotten that mixed up with the time it took to build the Farquhar branch. I must remember to tell Percy that next time I see him. Oh, at my age, I should be thankful such a misstep is the worst thing I've ever suffered.
Same here. Accidents happen.
And my advanced years have ensured that I have a great many more stories to tell.
Same here.
But for
Those
now,
are stories
that's
for
all there
another
is.
day.
There isn't any more.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the Stories of Sodor, Luck, featuring the Lucky Lamp. And I'll tell you who this Lucky Lamp engine is who helped save me again. I'd like to say thank you, Corporal Kyle Proteus.